ho, and ho!
I'm going to miss my old McDonald's drive-thru headset that I've been wearing for 22 years, but this is probably a little easier and definitely sounds better. So welcome all to our last performance, even though, as I just told the marching band, we're not done yet. So we are very excited to see you all here. We're going to put on a great show for you today. But before we get going with the proceedings, we would like to play our national anthem. For non-service members, go ahead and remove your hats, please. And there's the flag. Here we go.
Big ones, ha!
Okay, for anybody who just wandered in here and wondered what was going on, my name is Matt Gregg. This is the Marching Pioneers and the Pioneer Dance Team. I'm guessing most of you know that, though. Yeah?
We're pioneers.
And we are using the opportunity to celebrate yet another fantastic year of music making together and enjoying our football season together. And we always try to travel to an event this year. We went to the Galena Halloween parade last week, the week before, or last week. Yeah? That's the first time I've been to that. I don't know if you are familiar with that event, but you got to check it out. It's pretty wild. And these folks, of course, did a great job there. But we are going to play for you a combination of songs. Some of the songs will be some of the ones that you hear us play in the stands while the football game is going on. Others are going to be things that we have done during our 2 different field shows this season. We're going to start with a few of the pep tunes and remind you which one's coming up first. Well, Ain't No Mountain is actually kind of both. It's kind of an anthem for our football program a few years ago. When the new coach came in, he asked if we could start some new traditions, and I said, absolutely, let's do that. He's like, I would like for you to somewhere basically do like a little tailgate performance for people who are around outside of the stadium. So we do that. The tailgate area has changed a little bit, and we still do that up on the hill, over by the old concession stand. And then he wanted to do basically an anthem for generally when they win, which they do a lot. So it's thankful that we get to play this tune a lot. But the anthem the team chose was Ain't No Mountain High Enough, which is a classic old tune. And we found a nice arrangement of it, and we love playing it because usually when we do it means that they just won. So here's Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and one of our drum majors, Josh Karstead, is going to conduct that for us. Go ahead, Josh. So, another tradition we have here during the last class is that I basically bribe you and buy your applause with swag. So we have some member t-shirts from this past season, and if whatever I throw, if you happen to catch it, by the way, I throw it in the general vicinity, or I will sometimes, now that I'm older, just walk it gently to the nearest vicinity. The most effusive praise I see and hear from an audience member, that's where myself and the drum majors are going to aim these little gifts, all right? So let's just test that out. Let's hear it one more time for the marching pioneers and pioneers. Now, life, as I try to, bring some philosophy to my teaching of the marching band, life can be imperfect. So if you catch a t-shirt that's an extra small, and you're not an extra small, it's free, and this is not me and Marcus. So, that's the shirt you're getting. So congratulations, very nicely done back there. All right, the next thing we're going to do is going to feature our piccolo section. This is Call Me Al, a good Paul Simon tune from the 1980s. Here's KCU to conduct it, another one of our drum majors. Now, I know I mentioned one scenario. You get the extra small shorts and you're like my size, you just deal with it. Hey, if you get like 2XL shorts and maybe you're a little thinner, enjoy Thanksgiving. I think so. So, this is not your standard, of course. I conduct different ensembles here, and there's some where we don't want people to applaud in between movements and want you to be very, there's etiquette to follow. We want you to be rowdy and have a great time here. And that includes singing along, that includes dancing along if you want. This next one, you're going to have an opportunity to sing along. This is the old classic, Hey Baby, and it's going to be conducted by Lucas Sindelar. saying that I am a hero or anything. I mean, as they say, some heroes don't wear capes. They wear clothing designed for much younger people. But what I would say is that most of the selections I make in terms of repertoire, both for the pep band and for the marching band, are for the people here and the people here. Even though I do enjoy it, I wouldn't program something I didn't like. But this next one, I know that some of the people here are not a huge fan of. And the reason is because some of the parts are very monotonous, while others are extraordinarily difficult, and there's like nothing in between. And they will also say that this song, played by marching bands, has become a bit of a cliche. But as I told the marching band this morning, cliches are generally created for a reason. It's because it's something that gained popularity because people liked it. I still think it's fun to hear a marching band play Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. See? So, it harkens back to my childhood when Journey was filling stadiums and they were popular, and I did refrain. I still dress like an 8-year-old kid, but I did refrain from wearing my Journey half shirt. Remember all those half shirts, like muscle shirts that they used to wear? Some of them were like mesh. So I didn't wear that, but I'll be imagining that I still could fit into that when we listen to this next tune, Don't Stop Believin', which features our fantastic mellophone section and conducted again by KTU.
Yeah, one roof, guys. One roof.
So we're going to do some of the field show #1 music for you now. Our first field show, as most of you know, was entitled Pioneer Strong. And it felt right to design a show for the first part of this season that was a tribute to some of the adversity that our students faced, you know, and especially in recent years and last spring. And I'm so proud of the way that they have bounce back from things that otherwise might, it might make some young people either want to quit or take on less stuff. These folks work harder. You know, I just talked to them out there about this, that there are people in society who like to cast aspersions about young people, but there are very few things that I'm an expert about. Some musical idioms, some people might argue that I have some musical things that I might be considered an expert about. Hopefully teaching after 30 years of doing that, I'm an expert about. But observing different generations of young people, I absolutely feel qualified to call myself an expert of that. And so for people who like to say things about young people, like maybe that they lack a work ethic or that they are not as accountable, I disagree. And I see it every day. And I push them really hard. And sometimes it's snowing. It's a cynical thing. It makes us feel better about being older. Look at the hair. I'm older too. But I get to be with them every day, and I push them really hard. Sometimes the adversity is a real thing. So it felt good to design a show that was a tribute to their resilience. So that's what Pioneer Strong was all about. The first tune, a couple of tunes actually in this show, one of which is in both shows, were by a French-Canadian troupe called Cirque du Soleil. And so this one's entitled Pursuit, and even some of the choreography, which we can't do if we did on the field, you'll see them kind of mocking it in their chairs. But this one is Pursuit, and it will be conducted by Josh. We do one song and feature our dance team. During the first field show, that song was Kung Fu Fighting, which also became our second parade tune all year. So it's been a lot of fun. I mean, we talk about earworms. This is one of those songs that when you hear it, so I kind of apologize, but not really. Some of you are going to be like going to bed tonight going, da 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 da. Again, sorry, not sorry, but this is Kung Fu Fighting featuring our dance team. There's one more shirt left. How good was that sound? Okay, we got there. That used to be
Bro, you
easier.
should have thrown it to the
Well,
line up there.
we close our first full field show. We'll do a little intermission after this. You get about 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back and do some more music for you, some more choreography for you. But we did close this kind of show about resiliency with the ultimate story of resiliency, especially when it comes to musical theater, and that's Les Miserables. So we're going to do a couple of tunes from Les Mis, On My Own, which is a beautiful ballad, which will feature our trumpet soloist Nicole Kisley. Nicole, they must really like you because I don't even have any shirts or shorts to throw out, and they gave you that applause, so that's good. And then, of course, Do You Hear the People Sing is how we close out the show. So please enjoy this music from Les Miserables, conducted by Casey Yu. Everybody, take a little intermission. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. If you hear the sound of drums and you're still out there, that's your cue to get back in here. So we'll see you in about 10. Thank you.